suggested that simultaneous equations was a difficult part that they were facing. And you know that Javed sir and Miss Fatima. What's going on, Miss Fatima? How are you? How has life been?
Great.
I'm glad that you've been. It's been so long since I've seen you, Miss Fatima. You've changed so much. It's been years since I've seen you, actually. So, speaking of seeing Miss Fatima, the reason why we are here is because we want to cover simultaneous equations. Let me remind you that simultaneous equations fall under algebra. So, algebra is the branch of mathematics that involve variables, right? Algebra is the branch of mathematics that involves variables. Now, for example, x is a variable, right, Fatima? Speaking of x, how is your experience with regarding to finding x? Pretty good, right? Because you have Javed, sir. Finding x is such a easy thing because your Javed sir's acquaintance, right, Miss Fatima? So, speaking of simultaneous equations, it falls under algebra. And what is algebra? Algebra is the branch of mathematics that works with variables. Will you definitely get a simultaneous equation question in the exam? What do you think, Miss Fatima? Will you definitely get a simultaneous equation question in the O-level exam?
Yes.
Exactly. That's why I'm doing it, right? That's why your Javed sir is doing a run on simultaneous equations, because you will definitely see simultaneous equations in the exam. No doubt about it. That being said, in the Infinity Maths group, we have uploaded the questions that we are going to be doing today. Are you guys ready? I know that you are. Let me quickly pull out the document that we are going to be working on. And again, thanks so much for joining. If you have friends, send them the link. If you have enemies, send them the link. Next door neighbors, right? Sinhala medium students, anybody. Your grandmother, send her also the link, right? Doesn't matter. Send everybody the link. Get the word out. Miss Fatima, Infinity Maths. Infinity begins from.
Yeah.
Exactly. Infinity begins from here. You're damn right about it. So this is how the Infinity Maths t-shirt will look like. Black and Infinity Maths will be here in the middle, in the emblem. So yeah, we're gonna print a t-shirt as well, man, for Infinity Maths. We're gonna send them for our students as well. More than the t-shirt, the A that you get in the exam will be worth it. Your O-levels are like the foundation of your educational journey. If you have a strong foundation, the journey will also be solid. So don't mess your levels up. Javed sir and Miss Fatima are here to guarantee you an A for mathematics. Let's pull out the document. Enough talking. Simultaneous equations. I have a PDF. We actually have made this PDF available. I love it. Wow, beautiful. But why is there only 2022? Why isn't 2024 in this? 2023. 2024 is not there, unfortunately. Let's put 2024 also in the future. So coming back to the point, they've given us data, they've given us information. So we're doing this question, 2022. They've given us information, and using this information, we must construct answers. And I promise, Javed sir, it's all about shortcuts. I honestly like teaching the difficult lessons, Miss Fatima. Now, for example, trigonometry. probability, frequency distribution, geometry, a circle theory, triangle geometry. I love teaching the difficult lessons. Simultaneous equations is honestly not a very difficult lesson, I promise. A lot of students think that it's difficult, but honestly, it is so easy. So I don't like teaching it. I'll teach it though. I'll teach you the shortcuts, but it's not difficult at all. It's more of an English test than a maths test, Miss Fatima. Can you believe that? It's more of an English test than it is a maths test. So you have to understand the English very well, okay? So I don't know English, right, Miss Fatima? I don't know shit about English. But I still know maths, and therefore I will teach you maths. It is required. So this is the 2022 GCE O-level past paper question, 2022. GCE O-level past paper question. You guys can start this question with your Javed, sir. Pray to Allah, pray to your gods, pray to Pythagoras. Doesn't matter who you pray to. I will get you that A, okay? Let's jump into our session once again. 2022 GCE O-level past paper question. This is for simultaneous equations. No bullshit whiteboard here, man. It's all in the computer. Right? No whiteboard and nothing like that. It's N-type. Technology, baby, right? Technologia, right, Miss Fatima? Technologia, baby. Look at our setup, right? Look at my setup. Look at our setup, right? So coming back to the point, understand the question properly. It requires to buy cricket bats and balls for sports practices in the school A and in schools A and B. It costs 6,160 rupees to buy 3 cricket bats and 8 balls for school A. It costs 4,000 rupees to buy 2 cricket balls and 2 cricket bats and 5 cricket balls for school B. Now they say that taking the price of a cricket bat as X. So what is X? The cricket bat is X. My bat looks like a bottle, but you get the point. Miss Fatima, you like cricket? You play cricket?
No.
You don't? What do you play though? What sport do you like, Miss Fatima, in that case?
I like
The hearts of boys, playing with the hearts of boys, is it?
no.
I'm kidding. What sport do you like, Miss Fatima?
I like only indoor games.
That's so cool. Even I like that also. I totally heard what you said right now. We are a price of a bat is X and a price of a ball is Y. The next step is construct the bloody equation. The next step is construct the equation. So they say 6,160, right? 6,160 on one side. This is, they say it costs 6,160 to buy 3 cricket bats. So it's very important to draw the bat and the ball so you won't mess them up. So make maths as easy as possible. Maths is already confusing. Make maths as easy as possible. Right, Lakshayan? You're here, Lakshayan. My God. Okay. Lakshayan, Nuzeya, Miss Fatima or Sadinsa? Very quickly tell me. Nuzeya, Miss Fatima or Sadinsa? I'm kidding. It's always Miss Fatima, right, Miss Fatima? It's always Miss Fatima. So coming back to the point, we have 6,160 on one side, right? So it costs 6,160 rupees to buy 3 cricket bats. So we write 3x here, okay? On the left side, we write 3x. Because x is what depicts a bat. If you want, you can even write 3 bat. Okay, that's 100% correct. 3 bat. But in the question, they have asked you, they have very politely in the question, they have asked you to take the price of a bat as X. Therefore, I will write X. But in real life, if you write 3 bats, absolutely correct. 3x. So, what does 3x mean, Miss Fatima? What is the relationship between 3 and x? Is it an addition? Is it a subtraction? Is it a multiplication? What is happening to x and 3 here? They're multiplying, exactly. Dirty numbers, right? They're multiplying, right? Oh my God. They're multiplying, right? 3 and x. And wait, I'll highlight this part for you guys. I will highlight this part for you guys. It costs 6160 rupees to buy 3 cricket bats and 8 balls for school A. So 8 balls. So we're going to write 8y. If you write ball, fine. But in the question, they have asked you to take the price of a ball as y. So 3x plus 8y, once again, 3x plus 8y equals 6,160. I will call this equation A. I am naming the equation. I will call this as equation A. Okay? What about equation B? What about equation B? What costs 4,000 rupees, Miss Fatima? How many x's? How many x's? And how many y's will cost 4,000 rupees, Miss Fatima?
2 x's and 5 y's.
Absolutely genius you are. In the kanne pattidum. 2 x's and 5. You better do some kannuru, all right? You better recite some ayatul kursi, Miss Fatima. You're getting some serious kannur today. 2x plus 5y equals 4,000. So now you have to get rid of one of these variables. These are called variables. Variables means they can be any number. X can be 50, X can be 100, X can be 500, X can be 1,000, X can be negative 500, X can be any number. Y can be any number that is not given to X. There are 2 variables. Now, for example, Miss Fatima, you like eating oranges, Miss Fatima. Oranges. Do you like orange?
Yes.
Of course. Who doesn't, right? So imagine if there is, so orange or apples, Miss Fatima. Let's settle it once and for all. Oranges or apples?
Orange.
Okay, I'd say apples though. I like apples, but that's just me. All right. So let's say that there's a box, and in the box there are apples. All right, there are apples and oranges. Let's say that there is a box with apples and oranges. And let's say this parcel is sold for 250 rupees. Let's say that there is a box with apples and oranges. All right. Let's say that there is a box full of apples and oranges, and this box is 250. I don't know how much an apple and an orange cost individually because both of them are in the box, right? I don't know how much an apple costs. I don't know what the price of an orange is. But if there were a box, with 3 apples, only apples are in that box. If there were a box with 3 apples, there are only apples in this box. Right, Miss Fatima? If there were a box with 3 apples, there are only apples in this box. And this box is sold for 300 rupees. Miss Fatima, what is the price of an apple?
100 rupees.
100 rupees. There you go. Genius, Miss Fatima. You want to start teaching from next week onwards. Genius you are, Miss Fatima. So do you see that I can get the answer only when there is one item in the box, right? There has to be only apples, only oranges. There has to be only X or only Y in the equation. If there is X and Y in the equation, I don't know the value of X, nor do I know the value of Y. So here I must cancel off. Here I must cancel off the value of X or Y. I must cancel X off or I must cancel Y off. I can't cancel X, all right? Because whatever I do, I will have an X. Whatever I do, I will have Y remaining. I need to remove X or Y. Miss Fatima, what shall we remove? Shall we remove X or shall we remove Y? Absolutely. Let's remove X. Everybody hates X's, right? Let's remove our X. Let's remove X, okay? So in this situation, to remove X, I want I'm going to do something right now. I'll explain this after I do it. I'm going to take the A equation, Miss Fatima, multiplied by 2. I'm going to take the A equation, Miss Fatima, multiplied by 2. If I multiply A by 2, Miss Fatima, 6,160, I'll use a different color. So this will pop. If I multiply A by 2, I'll tell you why I multiplied it by 2 in a bit. 6,160, Miss Fatima, multiplied by 2. Kiyada. 12,003. 20. Genius you are. 12,320. 8y multiplied by 2 is 16y. Use this method in the exam, okay, Asia? Use this method in the exam. I've seen some students, they write 3 multiplied by 2, 8 multiplied by 2, this multiplied. Don't write like that. It'll take a lot of time. Just write the multiplied value easily. 8 multiplied by 2 is 16. 3 multiplied by 2, Miss Fatima. You're on fire today, Miss Fatima. My God. Unbelievable. 6y. Miss Fatima, 6x, Miss Fatima says. Miss Fatima, I will multiply the B equation by 3. I will multiply the B equation by 3. Miss Fatima, 4,000 multiplied by 3 is? 12,000. That was a big number, Miss Fatima. How did you multiply it? 5y multiplied by 3 is 15y, and finally 2x multiplied by 3, Miss Fatima. 6x. Genius, you are 6. Now, Miss Fatima, tell me, can I cancel x off? Yes, I can, right? To cancel x off, Miss Fatima, look at this method, by the way, everyone. Look at this method. I'm using a different method. I'm not writing the equations in one line. I'm stacking the equations. Engineers will do this. Engineers are lazy people, right, Miss Fatima? They don't like writing a lot. The less you can write, the better. If your teacher tells you this method is wrong, ask her to go to hell. Because this method is given in the teacher's guide also. So coming back to the point, Miss Fatima, am I going to add these equations or minus these equations? I'm going to minus, exactly, well done. Miss Fatima, 12,320 minus 12,000. Kiyada. 320, it is, you're right. 16y minus 15y. Kiyada. 1. Y. 6x minus 6x, Kia, how many x's? 0. 0, right? Absolutely. So y equals 320. Y equals 320 is the answer. Can you believe that? Y equals 320. We found that means a price of a bat is equal to 320 or the price of a ball is equal to 320. Miss Fatima.
The price of the ball.
Absolutely. The price of it must be a tennis ball. Price of a ball equals 320. I love it. I love it. I love it. So beautiful. The price of a ball is equal to 320. So now you can catch up to where we are. Did you see how easy this method was? Now, I've seen some students, they write linear, they write 6x minus 6. They write it linear, like a line. It's difficult. Stack the equations. This is called stacking the equations. If you can't understand, please raise your hands up. This is called stacking, not linear. We're trying to make our lives easier. We're trying to make our process easier. We're stacking the equations. So now we know the value of y, Miss Fatima. All right. Now we know the value of y. Therefore, what we're going to do is now we're going to find the value of x. Everybody's with me, right? We know the value of y now. Now we're going to find the value of x. So how do we find the value of x? We write the second equation. You can write any equation. Miss Fatima will write the second equation again, okay? We can write any equation. 2x plus 5y equals 4,000. This is a very clean equation. Therefore, I wrote it. I'll write it again, Miss Fatima, this time, then writing y. What will I write instead of y?
320.
Miss Fatima made a small mistake here. Rupees 320, right? If you don't write rupees, you won't get the full marks because you must write the unit. Once again, instead of y, you will write 320. So 2x plus 5 into 320 is equal to 4,000. Now you can make x the subject of the equation and you can get the answer of x. Now what are we going to do? We're going to make x the subject of the equation and we're going to get the answer of x. So here the answer, so 320 into 5, Miss Fatima, what's the answer? 1610, right? 320, apologies, 320 into 5 is 1600. 1600, right? Miss Fatima, 320 into 5. I'm right? No? I'm right neither. See, aren't you impressed, Miss Fatima? I have genius genes, right? My genes are genius. I'm just saying. I have intelligent genetics to pass to the next generation. Pure genius, right? I am. So coming back to the point, right, children? Tell her. So 2x plus 1600 in equals 4,000. I can also divide everything by 2. I can also divide everything by 2, right, Shahada? Shahada, you're here? Shahada. Wait, Salma, Nuzeyha, Miss Fatima, Sadinsa. Who? Shahada, you're the only person who can answer this. Salma, Nuzeyha, Miss Fatima, Sadinsa. You're the only person who can answer this. I'm kidding, Miss Fatima. It's always you, right? It's always you. Can divide everything by 2. Let's divide everything by 2. Why am I dividing everything by 2? Why am I dividing all of the terms by 2? I want to get rid of this 2 in front of x. Right, Miss Fatima? So 2 divided by 2. X 1600 divided by 2 is 800. 4000 divided by 2 is 2000. It's very simple. I don't know why students think that simultaneous equations are difficult, because this is the easiest. My brain is working 5% right now. Right, Miss Fatima? 5% of my brain is in the maths. The other 95% is talking with you, right, Miss Fatima? That's that simple. This is the simultaneous equations is that simple, okay? So I'm using like 5% of my brain. So x, what is x's value, Miss Fatima? Can you wrap this up? Tell me the final answer.
1200.
1200 it is exactly. 1200 it is. There you go. Geniuses. Not only Miss Fatima, even the students, right? Everybody got this answer, I believe. Everybody got this answer right. No doubt about it. So coming back to the point, we Miss Fatima, do we have a troll? No, right? Is someone trolling us? No, right?
No.
Oh, all right. Okay. I just had a doubt. So coming back to the point, I hope everybody got this answer. Let's go to the next question, right? Let's do all of these questions, man. Don't ever ask me about simultaneous equations again, okay? I will come to your house. I will beat you up, your grandmother also, for giving birth to your mother. Don't ever ask me about simultaneous equations again. This doesn't give my brain weight. I really want to start teaching A-level maths, Miss Fatima. O-level maths is too easy for me now. Really want to. If I had time, right? If we had time, right, Miss Fatima, we'll teach science also, man. IT and science. Everything we'll teach. We'll teach all 9 subjects. If we had the time, right? No, in all seriousness, my brain is scolding me now, because the question is that simple. Let's do the 2021. You guys asked for this, then karapalla matek. 2021. Sir, do simultaneous equations, sir. Very difficult, sir. Can't understand, sir. Other question. One. Have I missed a part? Yes, I have. You're right. You're right. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There's another part as well. So I have to also write the price of a bat. If you want full marks, you must write this. That's how the marking scheme is. The price of a bat equals rupees 1200. Love it, love it, love it. Find, now here's the second part. Thank you so much for pointing it out. Find the number of cricket bats, and the number of balls that can be bought for exactly 9,200 rupees, such that the number of balls is twice the number of bats. Now think about it. Tell me another variable, Miss Fatima. Choose another. We'll choose F. F for Fatima. F. So think about this, Miss Fatima. Now it's not the price. Now I will write this using a red color pen. They're trying to confuse you, my students. The question is trying to confuse you. Not price. We know the price, right? Not price. Be very careful. Miss Fatima, here they're asking you about the... Can you read this very carefully, Miss Fatima? Part 2, the what are they asking you about? The number, exactly. So the number of bats equals something, something. Then the number eluma, Miss Fatima. You speak Tamil or Sinhalese at home? Tamil, right?
Yes.
Then your Sinhalese is horrible. You can't speak in Sinhalese.
Of course.
Racist. I'm kidding. Number of bats. I've never seen you speak in Tamil, Miss Fatima. That's the reason. Number of balls. So tell me this, Miss Fatima. Read the question carefully. Number of cricket bats. The number of balls is twice the number of cricket bats. I'll highlight this. What's your favorite color, Miss Fatima? Red, is it?
Black.
Black, you also. Said black, right?
Yes.
Okay. So many people are okay. See what? All right. My heart is solid black. Okay. Twice the number of cricket bats. The number of balls is twice the number of cricket bats. So if I take bats as F, number of bats as, I'll take N because N for number, Miss Fatima. I'll take F in a different time, okay? N, if the number of balls is N, Miss Fatima, number of bats is N, Miss Fatima. What is the number of balls? Think logically and tell me. How many N?
2n.
Absolutely 2N. Absolutely. And you are also right, Ahmed, 2N. It's very simple. It's very simple. So now, N into, what's the price of a bat, Miss Fatima? Please tell me. N into?
1200.
Exactly. So 1200 N, right? 1200 N plus. What was the price of a ball, Miss Fatima?
320.
322 N equals how much? Equals how much? Tell me, Miss Fatima. I believe in you. 9,200. This is Periyasalli, Miss Fatima. Really, really Periyasalli. 9,200. Is there someone who doesn't understand what we did here? If someone can't understand what we did, please raise your hands up. If you don't worry, if you can't understand, leave the meeting. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. If you can't understand, please ask me. I'll help you. I won't get angry. So let's now we only have, do we have many variables in this, Miss Fatima? Or do we only have one variable?
One.
Only one area variable. What is the variable?
N.
Obviously N, right? Exactly. Now here, Miss Fatima, 320 into 2N. Look at this as a multiplication. 320 into 2 is 6. 40N equals 9,200. And don't forget, you can add these two values. You can add them. Now, for example, 1 apple plus 2 apples is 3 apples, right? So 1200N plus 620N is 40N equals 9 I can divide both sides by 1840 to make N the subject. In mathematical terms, we say that we're trying to make N the subject of the equation. To make N the subject of the equation, I do the opposite to 1840. Now, tell me the value of N, please. So, is N equal to 5, Miss Fatima? It is, right? N is equal to 5, right? Do you guys say I did that in my head, man? I did that in my head. Can you believe that? That's how brilliant I am, okay? That's the kind of genius I am, right? I'm right, Miss Fatima? 5 is the answer, right? Can you believe I did that in my head? Right? That's how impressive I am, man. All of you need a teacher like Javed, sir. All right. Again, this is so easy for me. Okay, I need like engineering, mathematics, man. My brain is starving, man. You guys have made my brain starve. So please catch up to where we are. Any doubts? Does anyone have doubts, by the way? Any doubts you guys have? Everybody got the answer. Now, this is a bit tricky, but I think everybody got the answer. It's not that difficult. Again, I don't know why students say that simultaneous equations are difficult. Then karapalla, right? You guys asked me, then karapalla with me. All right, we're going to do all of these and then only we're going to sleep, okay? You guys asked me, right? So simultaneous equations. I've got the simultaneous equations, then karapalla. Classroom, Everybody got the answer? If you got the answer, please raise your hands up. If not, leave the meeting. I'm kidding, don't leave. 2021. How about you, Ahmad? Did you get the answer, dude? 2021 GCE O-level past paper. A classroom in a primary school have only square tables and round tables. There are 4 chairs placed around each square table and 5 around each round table. Draw the image, man. Now, this is a tricky part. A lot of students, they start writing, no, draw the image. Think like an engineer. What is the first thing an engineer does? Draw a diagram, right, Miss Fatima? He draws a diagram, draws a rough diagram. There are circle-shaped tables, and what's the other shaped table, Miss Fatima?
Square.
Exactly, square-shaped tables. They say that there are 4 chairs placed around CCCC, right? CCCC. 4 chairs placed around a square table. How many chairs are placed around a round table, Miss Fatima?
5.
Absolutely. So let's draw 5. CC, it's like in science, right? The Lewis structure, right? What is the element with 5 electrons around it? Boron, right? Boron.
Is it?
It is boron. There we go, right? So this will be, of course, yeah. See, what doesn't Javed say no, man? What doesn't Javed say no? It's not only boron, though. It can also be. All right, let's not talk about it. But see, Javed said knows so many, right? Javed said knows so much. Okay, but this makes the simultaneous equation more easy when you have an image. So don't be afraid to draw these images. Okay. So we can move forward. The number of square tables is 45 more than the number of round tables. Let me highlight that. The number you can do this if you know the answer. You don't have to wait for Javed sir. You can do it by yourself. The number of square tables is 45 more than the number of round tables. The total number of chairs around all tables is 720. I'll highlight that as well. I don't know 720. I know 420. The number of total chairs around all the tables is 720. You know what 420 means, Miss Fatima?
Fraud?
Didn't get you.
Is it fraud?
Oh no, 420 is a dude who, is the dude, a ganjakaran, 420. 420 means ganjakaran. All right, you didn't know that? Okay. I see Javed sir teaching you so much, right? Taking the number of square tables as x, let's do it. I will write x in the middle of this square table. And the number of round tables as y. So beautiful. And nearly as beautiful as I am. This diagram is nearly as beautiful as I am. Looks like a new element in the periodic table, man. That's it. We can do it now. The number of square tables is 45 more than the number of round tables. So how do I do this, Miss Fatima? 45 more. What is bigger? Now tell me this, the number of square tables, all right, is 45 more than the number of round tables. What is the big number? Is x the big number or y the big number? X is the big number. Well done. X is more, 45 more than the number of. It's a difference. If now, for example, Javed sir's age is 10 years more than Miss Fatima's age. Eh, mother? Should be right. What year were you born? No, don't tell them. Don't tell them your age. Keep your age a secret, Miss Fatima. I'm guessing, okay? Javed sir's age is 10 years. I'm giving you a random number, okay? is 10 years more than Miss Fatima's age. So my age is the higher age, right? Javed says weight is 20 kilograms more than Miss Fatima's weight. You got the point, right? So X is the higher number. X minus Y equals 45. This is equation A. If you got this equation, please drop me a message. You got it, or raise your hands up. You got this equation. The total number of chairs around all tables is 720. Now you have to think carefully. X multiplied by what, Miss Fatima? Plus Y multiplied by what is 720? Please think practically and tell me. I believe in you. If you know the answer, drop. Exactly, Miss Fatima gave me the answer. If you know the answer, drop it in the chat. X multiplied by 4, there are 4 chairs around X. The reason why I could confidently and easily answer is because I have drawn a diagram. The reason why I could confidently and easily answer is because I drew the diagram. Always, always think like an engineer. Don't think like a maths teacher. Think like an engineer. Don't think like the maths teacher who did commerce for his A levels and teach maths, okay? Don't think like that bastard. Think like a bloody engineer. An engineer will draw the diagram first. Coming back to the point. 4x plus how many y, Miss Fatima? 5. Very proud of you, Manha. 5y equals 720. B. I will write the first equation. Now I'm going to do my cutting, cancelling. Now, I told you guys in the beginning that it's very difficult to get the answer when there are 2 variables. I only want 1 variable, right? It's very difficult to get the answer when there are 2 variables. I only need 1 variable. Therefore, I am going to cancel off y. To cancel off y, Miss Fatima, I should multiply the A equation by what value? A multiplied by?
5.
You're right, 5. Well done, 5. Actually doing good today, Miss Fatima. So, you have to multiply the A equation by 5. You guys will understand why, okay? Have to multiply the A equation by 5. So 45 multiplied by 5 is 225. Is that correct, Miss Fatima? There you go, man. How did you get the answer? You use a calculator or something?
I tried that. I always.
Oh, you have the answer already. Okay, that's genius you are. But I did it in my head, okay? If this doesn't impress you, I don't know what will. 225. So 45 multiplied by 5 is 225. Negative y multiplied by 5 is 5 negative y. 4x multiplied by 5 is what, Miss Fatima? 4x multiplied by 5.
20.
20x, absolutely. Don't forget the x. Now, I will omit the first equation. I will omit the first equation. I will use the first, second, and third equations. I'm going to omit the first equation, and I will use the second and third equations. Now tell me this, Miss Fatima. Am I going to minus these equations or am I going to add these equations? Actually, here, Miss Fatima, think practically. It's okay if you make a mistake. It's completely fine. Do you see that there is a positive 5y here? And do you see that there is a negative 5y here? If I add them, they will become 0. They will cancel each other off, right, Akib? If I add these equations, they will cancel each other off. Therefore, I'm going to add them, Miss Fatima. I'll write add here. Here's the final answer. 720 plus 225 is 945. Which is almost the time right now, 9:45. See, I planned everything, okay? I'm just 10 minutes late. Imagine if it would have actually been 9:45. You would never hear the ending of it, right, Miss Fatima? I would never let you hear the end of it. 9:45. 720 plus 225 is 9:45. 5y, negative 5y is 0. 4x plus 20x is 24x. 4x plus 20x is 24x. So finally, you guys are going to get, catch up to where we are, by the way. Don't wait until the last minute. Catch up. Any doubts that you guys have? Use this stacking method, okay? We're stack. Don't use the linear method, use the stacking method. We can divide both sides by 24. This I can't do in my head, Miss Fatima, unfortunately. There's a Imatama, right? This I can't do in my head. 945 divided by 24. We have 4. 96. Son of a gun. We can't. Not 96. 3. 72. And then we're going to have 5. I think you got the answer before me, right, Miss? Give me a second, I'll get the answer. So we're dividing 945 by 24. We're going to get the answer, obviously. If this is too difficult, you can divide both sides by 3. You can go step by step. You can divide both sides by 3. It happens, you can do that also. Here the answer is. We're not getting are we getting a clean answer, Miss Fatima? It cannot be a decimal, unfortunately. There has to be some mistake somewhere. It can't be a decimal, unfortunately. Maybe the question is wrong. We'll see. Okay, we'll go from the beginning. It can't be a decimal, unfortunately. It has to go. Made a mistake here. I made a mistake. I'll tell you what the mistake is. Have made a small mistake. It's good. It's good that we made this mistake. Do you see, Miss Fatima? 45 multiplied by 5 is 225. Negative y multiplied by 5 is 5y. X multiplied by 5 is 5x. That's the mistake. Okay? Now, if you make a mistake, don't panic. In the exam, you make a mistake, you cut everything and you take a new paper. And so actually, Miss Fatima, I made this mistake on purpose to show the students what to do when you make a mistake. So what was the mistake I made? X multiplied by 5 is 5, Magedeyo. So not 24x, 9x. Now it's brilliant. Now it's easy. 9x, not 24x. 9x. I know definitely 9x equals 945. No one pointed that out, by the way. Aren't you guys writing? No one pointed this out, though. Matama, don't worry, okay? Javits makes mistakes, but I'll correct them. But remember, in the exam, I'm not joking. In the exam, if you make a mistake, don't panic and tear the paper. I've seen students, they tear the paper, they cut everything, start from the beginning. No. That is not what an engineer would do. Think like an engineer. If you're an engineer and you're building a building, if you're building something and you make a small mistake, you won't demolish the whole thing and build it again. Impossible. You go to the place where you made the mistake. 9x equals 945. Miss Fatima, x equals 1. Is it 15, Miss Fatima?
Isn't it 105?
I didn't get you.
105?
Apologies, 105. You're right, not 15. 100. I did it on purpose to see whether you're paying 105. It just missed the zero in the middle, right? 105 and 15, right? Miss the zero in the middle. 105, absolutely. So x is equal to 105. I can write that. The price of a table, right? The number of square tables. I can write that. The number of square tables equals 105. The number, you have to write this. If not, you won't get full marks. The number of square tables equals 105. That's good. So I know that. Look at this, by the way. It's a simple move. Simple move. I know that x minus y equals 45. Instead of x, Miss Fatima, what will I write? Instead of x, Miss Fatima, I will write
105.
absolutely 105. 105 minus y equals 45. Take y to the other side, Miss Fatima. Negative y, if I take it to the other side, it will become positive y. 45, if I bring it to this side, it will become negative 45. You can understand what I did here, right? I swapped y and 45. Negative y, when taken to the other side, becomes positive y. 45, when taken to this side, becomes negative 45. So what is y equal to? What equals y? 60, right, Miss Fatima? 60.
Yeah.
60, right, Miss Fatima? Exactly. See? What doesn't Javed say know? I'm impressing myself, man. If I were a woman, I'd marry myself. Right? If I were a woman, I'd marry myself. The number, because I'm impressed of myself. The number of round tables equals 60. That's the answer, man. 105 and 60 is the answer. Let's do one more question, okay? One more question, then we are done. One more question. But you guys have to do this question with me, okay? One more question, then we are done. Wasn't difficult at all, right? This one, this is a fun question, okay? This one is a bit difficult. Let me see whether there are any more difficult questions. No, actually. This 2023 is a bit difficult. It's long. Let's do two more questions, okay? Then we are done. Let's do this question, this Muller question, right? This Muller question, let's do it. Everybody got the answer? If you got the answer, please raise your hands. Have you got the final answer? You should have, man. You should have got the answer. It's so easy. If I'm going too fast, please let me know also. I don't think I am going too fast. It's that simple what we are doing. GCE O level. What's the plan tonight, Miss Fatima? After the session, what are you gonna do? Pray some night prayers or something. Gonna go to sleep, obviously. I hope. You got something to study, or what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
I said I'll be continuing to read my book.
Read what? What's your book? What's the book that you're reading?
Lights Out.
Lights Out? Holy shit. What is it about? They didn't pay the bill. Current bill cut till. Is that the book about? Is that the story? Sounds like a really interesting book. Okay. All right. No, I should actually Google the book and read the plot in front of everybody. I should do it to expose you in front of everyone. I'm not going to do it. No, I'm too busy with maths. A hall is decorated. A whole hall is decorated with white lotus flowers and red lotus flowers. 3 times the number of white lotus flowers used in this is 100 more than the number of red lotus flowers used. Each white lotus flower is 12 rupees and each red lotus flower is 11 rupees. The cost of the lotus flowers used to decorate is 1,600. Take the number of white roses, so the number of white roses, lotus, no, I said roses, lotus. The number of white lotus flower as X, right? So X, right? Number of white lotus equals X. All right. And then the number of a red lotus equals Y. That's easy. So here we can't draw this. It's not a drawing thing. You have to understand what's going on. All right. And then they say that the price of X equals what, Miss Fatima?
Well,
Absolutely, rupees 12. Well done. And then the price of Y equals rupees kya, Miss Fatima? 11. Genius you are. Once again, Miss Fatima, genius. All right. So now they've given us some data, right? They've given us some data. 3 times the number of white lotus flowers used for this is 100 more than the number of red lotus flowers. This is called a difference. Now, for example, Javed sir is 10 years older than Miss Fatima. Javed sir is 20 kilograms heavier than Miss Fatima. What's your weight, Miss Fatima? Tell us. We can ask you your weight, not age. What was the last number you saw on the scale?
55.
Can you guess my weight, Miss Fatima? Can you guess my weight?
65?
I'm 90. I'm 90, by the way. Okay, so I'm 40 kilograms, like 40, 35 kilograms. All right, but you get the point, right? You get the point a lot, Miss Fatima. My brain is heavy. No, my brain is heavy. That's the reason. 50 kilograms of that 90 kilograms is for my brain. So now, 3 times the number of white lotuses. That means 3x. Read this carefully. 3 times the number of white lotuses used for this is 100 more. So 100 is the difference. This is a difference. 100 more than the number of red lotus flowers used. So the red lotus flowers used is Y. So 3x minus Y is 100. That is equation A. That was easy, right? I'll do it again if you guys want, but it's very easy. Remember that there is a difference. That means on one side we have 100. Remember that there is a difference. That means on one side we've got 100. 3 times the white lotus flowers means 3x. And there's a difference between 3x and y. This is equation A. You have to always give the equation a name. You can call this equation A. You can call this equation alpha. You can call this equation ion. Doesn't matter. You can call it equation alif, right? Alif. Doesn't matter. You have to give it a name. I'll call it equation A. Now, each white lotus we talked about, the cost, here's the second piece of data. You need 2 pieces of data to construct 2 equations. The cost of the lotus flower used. The cost of the lotus flower used for the decoration is 1,600 rupees. So what does this mean? X multiplied by what, Miss Fatima? And y multiplied by what is equal to 1600? Can you think carefully and tell me, please?
Multiplied by 12.
X multiplied by 12, well done. And y multiplied by 11. So easy. Now, Miss Fatima, I'm going to take equation A. And I'm going to multiply it by equation 4. I'm going to take equation A. I'm going to multiply it by 4. You'll see why. 100 multiplied by 4 is... go ahead, Miss Fatima.
400.
400, absolutely. Negative y multiplied by 4 is...
4.
No, actually, I'll make it easy for me. I'll make it easy. I'll multiply by 11. Because there is negative and positive, right? I'll multiply it by 11. I'm using my thinking. I'm using my forward thinking. I'm going to multiply a by 11. Much better. 100 multiplied by 11 is 1100, right, Miss Fatima? Or 1100. Negative y multiplied by 11, Miss Fatima, is
11.
negative 11. 3x multiplied by 3x multiplied by 11 is 33. That was very easy. I'm going to use these two equations. I am using the stacking method. I have stacked two equations. Am I going to minus or add them, Miss Fatima? What do you think?
Add them.
Add them. Well done. You got it. Don't forget 33x here. I'm going to add these two equations, by the way. 1600 plus 1100 is 2700. Positive 11y. And look, Miss Fatima, see, I'm a genius. Right now, there are 11 people here. That's why I chose 11. All right. So, positive y minus 11y equals 0. And 12x plus 33x equals 45x. So 45x. 45x. Both are divisible by 9. So we're going to get 45x equals 2700. Divide both sides by 9 first, baby. 45 divided by 9, Miss Fatima, tell me.
5.
45 divided by 9 is?
5.
5x. 27 divided by 9 is 300. X, you can divide both sides by 5. X equals 60, right? 60 is the answer. So x equals 60. That means x equals 60 means the number of red, right? Apologies, white. Number of white lotuses. You have to write this, if only then will you get full marks. Number of white lotuses equals 60. So now I can use the first equation. 3x, I'm going to use the first equation, by the way. Lo and behold, Miss Fatima. Going to use the first equation. Zoom in a bit. Three x minus y equals 100. Instead of x, Miss Fatima, what shall I write? Instead of x, what will I write?
60.
Absolutely 60 I will write. 60 minus y equals 100. 180 equals minus y equals 100. You can swap y and 100. You can write 180 minus 100 equals y. You can swap y and 100. You can take y to the other side, 100 to this side. Negative y, when taken to the other side, becomes positive y. It's very simple. 80 equals y. Not so difficult, right? 80 equals y. That means y equals 80. That means number of red rose lotuses equals 1/80. That is fine. I think everybody got the answer. We're doing one more question after this. After that, we're done, okay? After that, don't ever ask me about simultaneous equations again. I'm going to come home. I'm going to beat up your grandmother. All right? I'm going to tear the maths book and I'm going to feed it to her. All right. You know, you know, in Nigambu, right? Nigambu, there was a school called Middlesex, Miss Fatima. Saw my status in Niga. I swear, man. Nigambu, there was a school called. It's in my status, by the way. I think everybody here might have seen it. So I teach in a place called Nigambu Team Comrade. So they have bought a building that belonged to a school called Middlesex International College. Okay. So Middlesex is a place in England. You know that, right? Sussex, Middlesex. So that school went bankrupt. I wonder why they went bankrupt, right?
Definitely.
It's a mystery. No one will ever know why Middlesex College became bankrupt. Imagine a student, right? Imagine a student. What school do you go to, Dua? Middlesex. So I think that's the reason. That's the reason why the school became bankrupt. What idiot would want his daughter or son to study in a school called Middlesex? Macha, what school did you go to? Macha, Middlesex? What? Now? Now? No. Right. So that's why they went back. So the name is very important, right, Miss Fatima? The name that you choose for a brand is very important. That's why we chose Infinity Maths. Miss Fatima, Infinity begins from?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know me, right? Everything is a plug. Everything is a plug. So Infinity Maths, it means maths will not end. The possibilities are limitless. So coming back to the point, the last part of this, we'll do one question after this. After that, we're done, okay? So I want your support. I'm talking to the students. I want your support. Absolutely, Akib. Why the hell not, right? Why the hell not? I'm very good with the language, right, Akib? You see, I'm not like the other maths teachers, right? Today, write this. Right? Like they teach in Sinhala, but it's English medium. So people call me ahead of my time, right, Miss Fatima? They say I'm ahead of my time because I'm an actual English medium teacher. An actual English medium teacher. I don't teach in broken English, baby. And you guys can understand what I'm saying, right? You guys aren't good, right? You guys aren't make good, right? From Tutu Kudia Matakalavua. Right? You guys are posh people, posh English medium people, right? So you need posh English medium teachers than the same Godeo who teach in broken English, right? So I hope I answered your question, Akib. I'm very good with my language. Thank you for the question. Coming back to the point, show that the difference between the amount spent on the red lotus flowers and the amount spent on the white lotus flowers is more than 150. So we have to take, you know that the price of a red lotus flower, right? You know that the price of a red lotus flower is 11 rupees and a white lotus flower is 12 rupees. Difference between the amount spent on red lotus flowers. So there are 80 red lotus flowers, right, Miss Fatima? 80. So what is a red lotus flower's price, by the way? Remind me again.
11 rupees.
11 rupees, absolutely. 60 white lotus flowers. What is the price of a white lotus flower, Miss Fatima?
12 rupees.
And look at the number of participants. Am I not a genius? The number of, there you go, everything is connected. This is equal to something, okay? This is equal. This is a difference. Minus is always a difference. Difference is always minus. So 880 minus 72, right? 720. Isn't that so? That is equal to 160, right, Miss Fatima? 160. So don't forget rupees, okay? Rupees. If you don't write rupees, you won't get full marks. And to get the last half a mark, you must write 160 rupees is greater than how many rupees?
150.
150, absolutely. If you write this only, will you get the last half a mark? They will give you the last half a mark if you write that 160 is greater than 150, because part of maths is following instructions. You must be able to follow instructions. One more question, then we are done. Let's do a difficult one. Let's do this question. 2023. After that, we're done, okay? Don't ask me about simultaneous equations again. Actually, ask me a difficult part. I will actually happily teach you what pen should we use for the O-level exam. Only blue ballpoint pen, Rahma. Only the blue ballpoint pen. Do not use any other color. It is written in the paper. It is given in the paper. In the instructions, it's given that you must only use a blue ballpoint pen. You can't use black. It's said right. If they say use a blue ballpoint pen, don't use another color. In Sinhala, it's called Illang Kanawa, right? If they say use only a blue ballpoint pen, don't even use a blue gel pen. Only use a blue ballpoint pen, because in our syllabus, following instructions is more important than actually learning. Blue ballpoint pen is the Atlas pen, Rama. Atlas pen. Use the Atlas pen. I promise. I was an invigilator also. It's actually written in the instructions part. Last question of the day, then we are done. Books and pens were donated to the grade 10 and grade 11 students of a certain school in the following manner. A total of 516 books, with 6 books for each grade 10 and grade 11 students, and 6 books for each grade student and 8 books for each grade 11 student. So these are the data parts, okay? Might seem difficult, it's not. By now, everybody understands that this is unbelievably easy. This is the first data point. A total of 300 pens, with 3 pens for each grade 10 student and 5 pens for each grade 11 student. Second data point, highlight it if you like. You can't do this highlighting in the exam, okay? You can do it only when you learn. So when you learn, make it colorful. It will be more easier to memorize. So coming back to the point, we are supposed to take, there's more, by taking the number of students in grade 10 as x. So grade 10 equals x. That means grade 11 equals y. Love it. Beautiful. Like me. By taking the number of students in grade 10 as x and the number of students in grade 11 as y, construct a pair of simultaneous equations, and by solving them, find separately the number of students in grade 10 and the number of students in grade 11. There's more, but let's do this, okay? Let's do this. Total of 516 books. 6 books were given to grade 10, while 8 books were given to grade 11. This I will call equation A. Tell me, Miss Vadima, 6 multiplied by x or 6 multiplied by y? Absolutely, 6x plus 8y constructed the first simultaneous equation. Let's do the second simultaneous equation, the blue color one. A total of 300 pens, write 300 as the total. This is equation B. A total of 300 pens for each grade 10 student and 3 pens for each grade 10 student and 5 pens for each grade 11 student. So easy. So here, Miss Vadima, I will write the first equation again. 6x plus 8y equals 516. I will write the first equation again. Miss Vadima, the B equation, I will multiply it by what? Think carefully and tell me, please. The B equation, I will multiply it by? Give me a guess, please. I know it's a bit late. Ematama. I wrote the first equation as it is, okay? Second equation, if I want to cancel x, I must multiply the B equation by? 2, right? 2. I have to multiply the B equation by 2. Don't stress about it. Miss Fatima, 300 into 2. 300 into 2, Miss Fatima. Obviously 600, right? So remember, what am I going to do? I'm going to take equation A multiplied by 2. I'm going to take equation A multiplied by 2. 300 into 2 is 600. Apologies. Equation B and multiplied by 2. Don't forget B. 300 into 2 is 600. 5y into 2 is 10y. 3x into 2 is 6x, right? And now, finally, I can write the first equation again, 6x plus 8y equals 516. This is equation A. These equations, Miss Fatima, am I going to add them or am I going to subtract? Definitely, I have to subtract. Only then can I cancel off 6x. Definitely, I have to subtract. Only then can I cancel off 6x. So 600 minus 516 is 84, right? 84. 10y minus 516. 600 minus 516 is 84. 10y minus 84 is 2y. 6x minus 6x is 0. So 2y equals 84, right, Miss Vadima? So how much is y equal to? Y equals 42. So y is the number of grade 11 students, right? This means that the number of, almost done, the number of grade 11 students equals 42. That's easy. Let's do the next part. Let's find x. That has been the whole point, right? Finding x. Unfortunately, we can use the second equation. 3x, okay? 3x plus 5y equals 300. 3x plus 5 into how much, Miss Fatima? Equals 300. Obviously. 42, right? Y's value is 42. So Miss Fatima left also. Miss Fatima is also very sleepy. Oh, she's back. She's back. Okay, good. Having some network problems, I see, Miss Fatima. We're almost done. Okay, we're almost done. We thought that you fell asleep. 5 into 42 obviously is 210. All right, 300. I can even divide all terms by 3. I can divide all of the terms by 3. 3x divided by 3 is x. 21 divided by 3 is obviously 70. 300 divided by 3 is 100. This means x equals 30. This means the number of grade 10 students. This means that the number of grade 10 students, I'm very proud of you guys for staying until the end, okay? To be successful, you must make sacrifices. That is how life is. When the winners are winning, the losers are sleeping, right, Miss Fatima? Don't you agree? When the winners win, the losers sleep. Because the winners are the people who are joining the Infinity Maths program. Miss Fatima, Infinity begins from?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hell yes. We're almost done. One part, last part left. In another school, bastards, in another school where it is proposed to distribute books and pens, although the total number of students in grade 11 and 10 is the same as the total number of students in these grades in the above mentioned school, that means 42 and 30, okay? So grade 10, they say that grade 10 equals 40, 30, right? Grade 10 equals 30 and grade 11 equals 42. They're the same, right? The number of grade 11 students is twice the number of students in the grade. Holy shit, wait. Although the total number of students, apologies. What is the total number of students, Miss Fatima? 70. If you add grade 10 and grade 11, 72, right? The total number of students is 72. But now there's a small catch. There is a small catch. They say the number of grade 11 students is twice the number of grade 10 students. So it's a new school, right? New school. Number, Eluma, number of grade 10 equals something. And number, Eluma, number of grade 11 students equals something. But if you read this part carefully, Miss Fatima, if you read this part carefully, the number of grade 11 students is twice the number of grade 10 students. If grade 10 students is equal to n, Miss Fatima, how many grade 11 students are there?
2n.
2n, well done. Also remember, Miss Fatima, in this case, Miss Fatima, n plus 2n equals what? N plus 2n equals?
72.
Absolutely 72. So 3n equals 72. N equals 24, right? 24? 24, right, Miss Fatima? Yeah, there you go. I did it in my head. I did it in my head, okay? I deserve some head. All right. So, 24, right? N equals 24. That means the number of grade 10 students is 24 and the number of grade 11 students is 48. Right? Number of grade 10 students is 24. This is a new school, okay? Number of grade 11 students is 48. Catch up to where we are, man. Catch up to where we are. We're almost done. We're almost done. I promise. I promise. Show that. So, books. Show that 12 additional books are required to distribute books and pens in this school. So, we'll see. Grade, one second. We'll see. We have to look at books, right? Not pens, books. 6 books for each grade 10 student. Right? We have to go back to the books part. Books. I love books. Like you, Miss Fatima. Lights out is what you read, right? These days. So until what time will you read that though?
2 a.m.
2 a.m.? Holy shit, must be a very important book, man. Read the Quran, Miss Fatima. I'm kidding, of course. A total of, so 6 books for grade 10, right? So there are 24 grade 10 students. This is a new school, okay? Don't forget. Not the old school. Forget about the old school. This is a new school, but they're distributing the same amount of books. 6 books for grade 10, so 24 multiplied by 6. 8 books for grade 11, so 8 multiplied by 48. What is this equal to? 24 into 6. Holy shit. Then Vadikrapala, right? Well, who is the author, by the way, Miss Fatima? Student is asking me who is the author of Lights Out.
Navisa Allen.
One more time, please.
Navisa Allen.
Okay. I thought it was the same person who wrote 50 Shades of Grey, so no, it's not the same person. So 24 into 6, man, what is it equal to? Give me a second, okay? Shit. 24 into 6. 120 plus. Is it 144? Is it 144? There we go, man. Again, I did it in my head, okay? I deserve so much head for this. 24 into 6 is 144. So now 48 into 8 is 400 and... Wait, I'll tell you. 462. Is it 462, Miss Fatima?
Is it not 384?
One second. Not 62. 64, right? 464 neither. Yeah, I mean, a small slip, but it's 464, I'm very sure. No, not 460. Yeah, 464. Hurry. 464, right? It's a bit late, so everybody's running on low battery. But again, very proud of you guys, okay? You 6 people here in the meeting, I love you. All right? I'll name my children. I'll have 6 children. I'll name them after you guys. 48 times 8. Shit! Oh, shit. Wait, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's Hemathama. Sometimes, shit happens, okay? 48 times 8. Apologies. 48 times 8 is... I'll just bloody multiply it, okay? Just bloody multiply it. 64, 32, 384. 384, right, Miss Fatima? Hemathama, okay? Ganangan depa. Hemathama, okay? 384. Therefore, the total is 8, 528. 528, right? That's the total. So what is the difference? 528 minus how much, Miss Fatima? 516. Is this not equal to 12? Is this not equal to 12? Yes, it is. We've done it. We've solved it. It was not difficult. It was very long. That was the problem. The question was very complicated and long. But we're done. I'm so proud that you guys were a part of this experience. We'll have another free session on Saturday. If you like, you can Give me your feedback in the Infinity Maths group. Would appreciate it. Miss Fatima, infinity begins from.
here.
But we're done tonight, unfortunately. I'll see you guys in our next session. Tell your friends, drop your feedback. And until the next session, take care and all the best.